Good morning and welcome to Fat Cow Farm. Now, we're back in the veggie garden and we've now come into the first weekend of November. All our veggies get planted out this weekend. So what we've been doing is working pretty hard with the hoop house, getting all our seedlings right, getting everything ready to rock and roll. We've then had 1 week, or those seedlings have had 1 week out just to acclimatise, and now they're in. All right, so we're going to try something a little bit different this year. Normally we would have raised beds, and I've been reading a lot about this whole no-till sort of method and disturbing microbes in the soil and whatnot. So this year, as you can see, I've got no raised beds, and all I've done is just with a little shovel planted out my seedlings and tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchinis, things like that. And I want to see what actually happens here. All right, so the only thing I can see straight away is that firstly, it's a time saver because I'm not making all my beds up. But secondly is that you sort of have to remember your paths. And so what I've done is I've just quickly, we had to clean out the roosting box for the chickens, and we've just chucked this in here. But I wanted to show you before we start mulching how we've all set it up, and it's the same irrigation system as last year. We have 3 bays coming in behind me, 1, 2, 3, and this particular bay is purely based on our seedlings. And I'll show you another bay where we've just got seeds, and I just want to see how that all comes about. All right, so this is this last year, this one was rested, so this is why we're using this one this year on the western side, and I've got another one as an experiment on the eastern side, just to sort of see how this is all going to work. And we haven't used that one across there yet, so that one we've had the chickens go in, they've eliminated the cover crop or green manure. We've just given it a little bit of a clean up, and then we'll plant out our seeds. So this just needs a mulch now, and like everything here at Fat Cow Farm, you know, last year we had that light bulb moment with our drip irrigation, that, you know, they're every 300 mil apart, and so which has worked perfectly for our seedlings. So we laid down our irrigation, turned on the drip irrigation so we could see where the drips were, and we've planted on those drips. So look, I really hope that this is the go. What I haven't seen this year is our tomatoes pop up yet from all the tomato sauce and things that we make for the year. Now, in saying that though, last year we missed out. We had no tomatoes at all, and put that down to just the amount of rain that we had. So, you know, hopefully I get a few bush tomatoes, but I have saved a couple of seeds for my tomatoes here, and we had these raised up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, just 6, and they're the ones that survived through the hoop house, and like I said, those ones were based on seeds. And I'm become a little bit more sort of compassionate about seed growing now. Now, I read an article probably about 6 months ago, that you may plant out 1,000 seeds and only have, I don't know, let's say 50 germinate. But those 50 seeds that germinate are germinating to the conditions that you have, and off they go. Now, we might find that those, whatever seeds they are, you know, chestnut or even tomatoes, capsicums, cucumbers, whatever it may be, that they're conditioned to the environment that we're in. And so they're the ones that I want to now keep seeds of again. So they're already conditioned to our environment and our little plot. So what I'll do is, because we've been saving seeds, I'll then eliminate all those old seeds and really focus on rebuilding up my seed portfolio. So yeah, so here we are in number 2, bay number 2, But I want to show you the little experiment that we did over winter. Now, you might remember that we made up little seed beds through here. And what we've done is we've planted a lot of fruit tree seeds. There's oaks, a variety of different fruits and things like that. There's plums, there's apricots, there's peaches. And I thought, yep, it's time to, I sent the chickens in here and I've just now pulled all the grass out. But in saying that, I reckon we're about 2 weeks too late, because what I have noticed is you might be able to see a couple of little trees come up. They're the oaks. So some have got leaves, some are still stalking, but they were covered by all the grass. So I'll just give these ones a big mulch bed, and these ones are all natural. So no irrigation, no nothing. And it's purely just, again, based on that seed principle that we're allowing the seeds to do their thing. And if they survive, then these are the right ones for our conditions. So that's what we're focusing on here. So, and that seems to be working really, really well. I'll take you across into bay number 4, where we've just planted seeds out. I think I did have a couple of extra pumpkins that I threw in over there, but I'll show you how that's all set up. And then I'll mulch this out, and I'll come and find you, and I'll see you soon. All right, so here we are in bay number 4, and as you can see already, when we removed a lot of the weeds and things like this was really super moist soil, and just overnight, you know, it's starting to dry off and crumble down. And I suppose that shows you the importance of really your cover crops, or in turn your mulches and things like that on top. But you'll be able to pick up all the drip holes, and then that gives us the markings of where we can plant our seeds. Now in this one here, what we're going to do is try something a little bit new this year, and then we're going to do a monthly seed rotation in here. So this row here has been planted out, variety of different vegetables and things like that. Come the next month, and what we'll be doing is working on the moon cycles. We'll plant this center row out, and then the following month we'll plant out that side there. So we're sort of trying to work out staggering our food processing or harvesting. As mentioned, like we've done in the hoop house, feast or famine. You know, you got so much food that you're giving it away, selling it, whatever it may be. But it's now at the point that what we've done is we've planted out enough for us. So, and that's really what I want to sort of try and work out, is those seed numbers really. How much are we going to get, how much produce are we going to get versus how much we're going to eat. So this year, this growing season, we're going to keep quite a serious log about what we're planting, how we're planting it, how many do we need to increase or decrease based on the harvest numbers or harvest weight. So and we can really work from there. All right, so as you can see, I've got to get some mulch on this, and what I've got is I had a couple of round bales of hay left over from winter, and so what we've done is we've just stripped all the old wet stuff from around the outside, which the cows don't eat. That's all coming into here, and then really what I'll then do is just get rid of that, keep maybe one or two, well, maybe one bale just for mulch, and then the other ones will go back out to the cows just as a whatever, just to get rid of it. But anyway, this is where we're at. So it's all pretty exciting, taking on a new sort of scheme for the summer and summer harvest. So look, I'll get all this mulched out, I'll come and find you, and I'll see you soon. All right, so here we go, mate, all done. This is bay number 4, covered, ready to rock and roll. And so, you know, as a part of our log, what we had to do is we're going to remember that we've got our seeds running down the right hand side of the irrigation line. These two are too empty. And with all this mulch now in place, by the time that we come to these, the soil should be absolutely fantastic. It won't take long for this straw to break down and keep that moisture in that soil. So that's going to be fantastic. Bring all those worms back. So we'll go across over to number 2, and you know, and then what I want to do is I'm going to go into bay number 5. I want to show you, well, you probably quickly have a look now. This was our cover crop that we let the chickens into only yesterday afternoon, and you know, they've crushed it and stood on it and eaten it, and absolutely fantastic. So they'll drop this one. We've got 1,000 bees in there, and then we'll hit that again with this is just left over from a winter seed green manure, and then we'll hit that up with a spring and summer, and then that one will be ready for our outdoor winter veggies. So just fantastic, mate. Absolutely fantastic. I love this chicken coop. All right, so let's go across to number 2 and I'll show you what that's all about. I'll see you soon. All right, so in bay number 2 now, and this is where we've got all our seedlings that we've raised up. This is all our spinach here. So this is pretty much going to have to be like number 4 there, pretty much a no-go zone for the next 2 to 3 weeks until we can really start seeing where everything is, because you don't want to be trampling on stuff, you know. So all that hard work, and in saying that, here comes the dog. So it's a pretty, you know, this great cover. What I need now is just a little bit of rain and 10-15 mil just to compact all this soil. I'm not going to water this. We'll just let the sprinklers do the thing under all the straw mulch. I've put mulch across into bay number 3 with all our fruit trees and oak trees and things like that. So again, like I was saying before, that one's natural. So I'm just letting these seeds do their thing, not worrying about them. The ones that work for us here, they're the ones that we'll be collecting seeds from again later on. But as a part of our harvest here, we'll nurture these little guys a little bit, and away we go. So just as a reminder, you know, what have we got? 6 meters by 4 meters. So we've got what's that? 6 4 is 24. So we've got nearly 50 square meters of vegetable garden. And so it'll be interesting to see how that really pans out as a part of volume and harvest. All right, so we'll go into bay number 5 and we'll hang out with the girls for a bit, and I'll just show you as a part of the green manure, rather than just chopping everything down and letting it die naturally, you know, send the chickens in there. They eliminate a lot of the caterpillars and things like that, a lot of the bugs, but they also break it down and make little tracks. So it won't be long, I reckon probably about another 2 or 3 weeks, and that one will all be cleared. So we'll go have a look at that. I'll see you soon. All right, so as I mentioned before, this was a leftover of our winter green cover crop. And, you know, what we've got these peas and lots of legumes. These girls have just nailed it. They get so excited when we let them in. And because I really want to thank, we had a response from one of our viewers saying, you know, let the chickens go in and do the work for you. And I tell you what, it was like a light bulb moment. It really, really was. Rather than coming in here and cutting all this down, you know, let the chickens do what chickens do. This keeps them occupied. It will have a massive egg increase over the next couple of weeks now that they're in here. And all the bugs and bees and flies and everything else, caterpillars, they're just absolutely chomping on everything. So, you know, we've only got 10 chooks. I can see a couple of them. They're all in here somewhere hiding out, and we can all along here in the shade, you know, having a great time, absolutely great time. So yeah, so chickens and green manure, absolute winner, absolute winner. All right, so for all about really seeing how the chicken coop as a part of your veggie garden works, you know, this is really what we strive to achieve. And what are we, you know, 3 years on, 3.5 years on, and I could not be happier. Could not be happier. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.